Today on Running to Him.
God doesn't look at externals. If we want to influence others, our internal characteristics must be like Christ's. Today we read 1 Samuel chapters 16 through 20 and concentrate on chapter 16 verse 7 and verses 11 and 12. 1 Samuel 16:7 and 11 and 12 says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at the height of his stature, because I rejected him. For God sees not as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." And then out in verse 11, "And Samuel said to Jesse, are these all your children? And he said, there remains yet the youngest, and behold, he is tending the sheep. Then Samuel said to Jesse, send and bring him, for we will not sit down until he comes here. And so he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, with beautiful eyes and a handsome appearance. And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for this is he." Now, why does God choose some and reject others? This is a question that's been asked over and over throughout eternity. And the answer is never easy, but if we look through the scriptures, we can at least come to a conclusion as to some of the characteristics that God looks for when choosing a person. God's first choice in looking at a person's character is always their heart condition. We will never find a person who moves mightily in God's work who doesn't have a heart that seeks after God. David epitomizes this characteristic. He obviously has his faults, but his heart was filled with seeking after the things of God. The second thing that God looks for is a desire to bring the things of God into other people's lives. David, Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, and all the rest had a desire to others recognize the need to develop or maintain their relationship with God. If we fail to share our love of Christ with others, do we really love Christ? If we're not seeking to serve God in everything we do, are we not desiring to bring the things of God into other people's lives? And finally, God looks for someone who wants to worship him. When we look at the patriarchs, Moses, Solomon, Hezekiah, and Josiah, these political leaders publicly brought God into their lives and into the lives of the people whom they led. Now, none of the people that we have as leaders in our government have any of the characteristics which God seeks in mankind. Most have Saul's characteristics. They are self-centered, egotistical, self-righteous, and caring only for the power that they can wield. And because of that, and because of our kind of government, we are the ones who have selected these types of leaders. We have failed in our walk with Christ. Our lives do not reflect our walk with Christ. We try to conform to the rest of the world so they will not hate us, but like us. But Christ told us through his disciples that the world would hate us because the world hated him. Why do we attempt to appease that which is evil? I am not suggesting that our attitude towards others be one of self-righteousness and aloofness. We should love those who are around us, but our walk with Christ should be so strong that people desire to be with us and act like us. We need to change our minds. We need to pray for our country, and we need to pray that we are strong enough to live our lives in a way that glorifies God.
Thank you for listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. You can use either Facebook or YouTube to like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. If you would like to contact us, you can reach me at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.